Hey, welcome back to Noviland. It's another beautiful day in paradise. So you've achieved your dream, you achieved your goal. Now what? Now what are you supposed to do? Uh, while you're thinking about that, like, subscribe if you enjoy these videos, if you enjoy this channel. I would appreciate it. Helps me build it, helps get it out to more people. And I'm happy, you're happy, everybody's happy. Don't we all want to be happy? So you have this big dream, you have a goal, and you have your steps, and suddenly you've achieved it. You've achieved your dream. Hooray! It's done. You're basking in the glow, you're happy, you're enjoying it, and then it's done. Now what do? You just sit there and go, yay, I'm happy the rest of my life now. Well, life generally doesn't work like that. Hopefully you're still living on. Hopefully you're still living on for some time. And you now have to achieve your next step, your next goal. So maybe you haven't thought that far ahead. Well, here's a few tips, and hopefully, perhaps this will help you when you do achieve your dream to make sure that you don't just kind of flounder after that. So, we talked about our sweet spot goal in the previous video, where you have your dream, you have your next step, your sweet spot, your chief aim, and then your big dream. The big dream can be 10, 20 years, it could be multiple lifetimes, it could be big. It should be big. It should be something really big because you want it to be big. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll end up among the stars. So, whether you achieve your big dream or not isn't as important as you're achieving all the goals and steps on the way to it. You've achieved your sweet spot goal. That's something 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months maximum that you really believe in. You know you can do that. And you got your big chief aim. Your chief aim is 1 or 2 to 5 years, and that's a bigger goal. And so let's talk about that. You've achieved your chief aim goal, something really big, something you've been working for a long time. You've been doing the steps, you did all the work, and now you've done it. You've achieved it. What do you do now? Ah! Do you have a plan? Maybe you didn't have a plan. I just achieved my chief aim. I achieved my goal. Oh no, what do? I still have this big dream, and now I don't really know how to get any further than where I'm at. Well, go back to the beginning. Write down some things. Write down your steps. What is your main dream? Is your big dream, now that you've achieved your chief aim, is your big dream still look the same? Does it still feel the same? Go revisit that big dream. Is it still a worthy dream of moving forward towards? You may adjust it as time moves forward. We're going to adjust these dreams and goals as we get new information and new things come into our existence. That's perfectly normal and it should be. So you take a piece of paper and start writing down things. You write down what your dream is, what feels good to you, and work backwards. Work backwards, and what is another step you could achieve in 1, 2, or 5 years? Then work backwards, and what is your next sweet spot goal? And then work backwards, and what is the next steps? And that's all right. If it doesn't feel right, you can look at it and go, yeah, this isn't quite right. Write it again. Sometimes your next step is just figuring out what your next step is going to be. But that's okay because you can't just like sit there and go, okay, I've achieved it. Now I'm just going to sit there on a beach and do nothing the rest of my life. That's okay for a few days, but you did all that work to get that far. You're going to get bored. I would be bored. I mean, I love going on vacation and going on the beach, but after a few days, I want to do something else. There's only so much I could sit in the sun and sand before, yeah, I want to do something else. I want to go meet some friends. I want to go create something new. I want to listen to something else, do something else, create something else, go somewhere else. Because life isn't stagnant. I don't want to just sit there and do the same exact thing day after day after day. Even being here, I love this place. I love being here all the time. But if it's exactly the same day after day, I get bored. And then I want to start taking trips or going to town or start figuring out some new goals that I have. And while they're generally congruent with what I want to do of building this place and creating the bigger dream, there's sometimes I have to think about me. What's best for me? Should I take a break, go on a trip? Is maybe that trip congruent with building the dream, such as going to a major event or a training or doing something that will bring me closer to my dream? Should I go into town, meet some new people, write some things down? Maybe I can't think of it. Maybe I can't see it. And that's okay. If you can't think of it, you can't see it, you don't really know how to move forward. Take that piece of paper, write, keep writing, keep thinking of ideas, critical thinking, hard thinking. Use your brain. It's what it's there for. It's not just there to look pretty. Hey, maybe for some people, I just want to be pretty. Okay, well, I'm not the prettiest fellow in the world, so I actually have to use the brain and other things that God gave me, other traits, other skills that God gave me. And I'm going to sit down, take a piece of paper, write it down, figuring out what's best for me, what's going to help me move forward, what's going to help me get to my next goal, my next step. I definitely have next steps. I just achieved something big in my life that I had been working for a long time. And I took a few days afterwards to just sort of bask in it, feel good, kind of clean up from the fallout from everything, the thrill of the battle. Yay, I won. I achieved something big. Hooray. I achieved my goal. I could enjoy it now. I could see the next goals. Now I could create some of the things that I had listed, written down before. I could do this when I achieve this. Then I could do this. Hooray, now I've done that. Okay, go back to that. Do I still want to do these things? Are these things I can now achieve? What are my next steps? So you're always moving forward. There's always the next step. There's always another goal. There's always something else. Say you have this gigantic dream, that 10, 20, 30-year dream. You achieved that. Oh my God, you achieved the big dream. Well, maybe you're not that old. Maybe you still have many years to live. Go achieve something else. Dream bigger. Get something else. If your goal is $1 million, well, you've never had $1 million. You haven't made more than $50,000 a year. So $1 million, that's a big goal. And so you work, you're starting to invest, you're figuring it out, you're slowly building, then you make $100,000, hooray. Then suddenly you're able to kind of see the next steps, and suddenly you're able to make 200, 500,000. Then one day you do it. You make that $1 million in a year. Hooray, now you know how to do it. You've made your money. That was your big dream. Now what? Are you going to achieve more? Are you going to take that money and invest it? Are you going to give it to charity, then work on making another $1 million? What's it for? Why did you even achieve your big dream? What was your why? Is your why still valid? Do you remember these things? Did you write them down in the first place? If not, go back, write them down again. Think about it. Think about what you really want. It'll come to you. And take a breath, relax, enjoy the process. Life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the moments. And when you're done with it, sit back, smile, pop the champagne. In fact, why wait? Because you know it's all going to work out. Pop the champagne now, because you know it's all working in your favor. God bless, and I wish you were here. I love you very much. And I hope some really, really wonderful things happen for you in your life. Hope you achieve your big dreams. Thank you.